Okay guys, this is my first YouTube video. I just bought this 85 Fiero a couple days ago. It's got a Corsica 3.1 in it. Fuel pump started whining on me yesterday, about 2 days after I bought it. Apparently it's a pretty common problem. Didn't mean to come in the middle of this, but I just thought I'd give you a quick look because I didn't see anything good on YouTube from anyone else as far as visuals. Okay, so it's the fuel tank. It's about 10 gallons. It's real small. Really don't need a jack to get it down. Probably lift out by yourself even if it's full. Alright, so this is what your fuel pump's gonna look like. I don't know if you can see that. The lighting's not that great in here. That's the new fuel pump. To remove that, first you're gonna take this strainer off, and this one's torn. You should replace the strainer every time you do this. There's a TSB on that that says, you know, even if it doesn't look dirty. Okay, having trouble focusing. Let's see. Anyways, even if it doesn't look dirty, you know, it could be contaminated and cause premature failure of your new pump. So basically you're just gonna get a screwdriver, and you can see that little silver ring in there around the top. You're just gonna pry that off with a screwdriver. Let's see if we can do this. Like so. Okay. Need both hands for that. Okay, so you can see, I couldn't really show you guys the top of the ring, but it goes all the way up into flashlight. Alright, so you can see, you know, you're going to pry from the top of that little cylinder there. I don't know what's going on with the quality of my camera, but I apologize for that. As far as removing it, you're going to undo this clamp up here. You know, it's better to do it on the side of the fuel pump, right here. I've already done that. You pop that hose off right here, and you're gonna have this little grommet here, and there's gonna be kind of like an oval, you know, I don't know what to call that, like a Christmas tree type shape thing. You know, obviously that matches into the bottom of this little mount here, and you know, it just kind of pops right in. It's really easy to figure it out. Let's see what else. Okay, so the package is going to come with these O-rings. You know, they look like that. It'll come with several different sizes. You're only going to need one of them for this project. They use this fuel pump on several other cars, and this is what the old one looks like. You know, it's kind of, let's see. Okay, struggling, but you know, even if it doesn't look that bad, go ahead and replace it. It takes like zero effort, and you know, it'd be a pain in the ass to have to get in there, find out your O-ring failed before your fuel pump, and have to pull a tank down to change the O-ring. Alright, so O'Reilly's just delivered my new strainer, because I had torn the other one, and you're supposed to replace them anyways, but I don't know if it looks a lot, you know, finer than the other one that's got this fabric-y style stuff instead of all that stringy nylon or whatever is made of these, whatever these are made of inside. Excuse me. So let me pop that on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got this new strainer on. It's kind of a pain to get on, but well, there it is. Alright, so next I'm going to hook up this connector. Yeah, it's just, you know, straightforward. It'll lift up the tab and pull it off, but you know, this is a 30-year-old car, and even if you get a newer one, you're still working with a really old car. So be careful. Everything plastic on these is going to break when you touch it, and if you're not careful. And so I've already got my new O-ring in. Yeah. Do this a little bit. Alright, so we're going to take this, get that float in first. Alright guys, I'm really struggling with one-handed work. Careful not to lose the O-ring. Okay, so here you go. Alright, so we've got the fuel pump inside of the tank. It's important to remember to put this O-ring in first, because these wires, they don't come off easily, and I don't know if you're freaking handicapped like I am trying to get that in there. Anyways, yeah, O-ring in first, then the fuel pump. Got this little bezel here, I guess you'd call it, lock ring, you know, whatever. GM's great at making fuel pump sending units that are a pain in the ass to lock down. So just give me a second with both hands. Alright, so this sending unit's the lines are gonna run parallel to the tank towards the back. The back is the fat side. Hopefully you notice that when you're pulling the tank out. You got three little notches right here. Let's see, there's 1, 2, and the third one is right there. Now they're going to line up with these little tabs that stick out. You know, like so. You've also got these little tabs that stick out from the actual sending unit itself. I'm not even aiming the camera right. The actual sending unit itself, they're going to go in these little notches right here. There's one right there, one right there. And oh, can't really. Anyways. Okay. This one, you know, this one might not be that bad to do. Once you get this bezel lined up, the notches with the tabs, you know, it just kind of, you know, it turns clockwise. And I might even be able to, no, okay, I'm not gonna deal with that hassle, but the way I got it off is I got on these little tabs with a screwdriver, so like so. Got on there with the screwdriver and you know, tapped the back of the screwdriver. It comes undone. It's not rocket science. Give me a minute to tighten this down. Alright, one other thing I needed you guys to notice was, you know, tighten it down till these two tabs right here meet each other. Just make sure it's all the way tight. Try to observe things as you're taking them apart. Make sure they go back exactly how they came out. Okay, so I've gotten to where I'm about to put the tank in. Alright, so these hoses, looks like they're slightly different sizes, but anyways, what I did is it was these two that I thought I might have trouble with. I, you know, wrapped a little piece of black electrical tape around that, and then I wrapped one around the hose that it's going to match up to right there. You can see. If got a good memory, or if these just match up, it kind of looks like they're just going to match right up, so it probably wasn't necessary, but you know, whatever saves you from having to, you know, look up diagrams, you know, anything that'll save you time is good. Alright, so I'm gonna get this jack and start sliding this up in here. One thing I ran into is, you'll see this when you get to it, these clamps right here. I don't know if those are so much of a problem as, you know, these. Let me get my flashlight again. Let's see, where'd it go? Right there. These. That little mount that protrudes out there, they were catching on the tank. These little lips on the tank right here. The tank's wide enough that it catches on both of them at the same time, no matter what. So what you gotta do is, and look at that, I almost made a mistake. Alright, so I had to bring this back down. You can get a better view of these clips. Where'd they go? Oh, right there. It's these right here. They catch almost perfectly on this flange. It's a pain in the ass. But basically what you do is you just kind of, you're going to tilt the tank a little bit in one direction and then bring it down, and it should come out pretty easy. Alright, so we're going to bring the tank up. One other thing I did want to mention is, as you're taking these off, alright, so I unplugged my fuel pump fuse and ran the car, trying to relieve the pressure. You know, like many other cars, you know, this did nothing for me. It was fucking stupid. But this one right here, the larger hose, and you know, I don't know if since this is a 3.1 and you know someone else put all this together, I don't know if this is what it looks like under your car or not, if you made these hoses, whatever, but and it kind of looks like that the stock hoses they could use a little bit of well, they're getting rusted, but this is fat one right here. That one's the one that's going to spray fuel in your eyes, so hold a rag around it and protect yourself. Maybe wear safety glasses. I don't freaking care, but just to let you know about that. And you know, make sure these clamps right here go on in a way that it's easy to get to them, so that in a couple weeks when you do this again, because apparently these go out a ton, so it's easy to access, doesn't take forever. Oh shit. Alright, so the hoses are all back together. Well, that's how they looked when I got them apart. Now we're gonna do the tank straps. You know, there's just these bolts that just kind of hang down loose. You have to bend those back into shape to get them on. Just please be observant.